In this video tutorial, we're going to show you how to basically add, edit, or activate a user, and that ensures that they're going to get their temporary password emailed to them and how they'll be able to access the system. So basically, it's a two-step process. Once you've set them up on the Office side, where you come in, put all their biographic information, obviously fill out all the appropriate information that go with these tabs, and then make sure that their email address is correct in here. Once you have that on this side, you'll want to make sure to log in to the admin side of it. Unless you're a super user and you have access to all of those tools already, you can probably just stay on the screen and do that. But we'll go ahead. I'm going to log out, and now I'm going to show you how to activate this person so they'll get a username and a password sent to them. Once you log into the admin side with those credentials, make sure you pick your facility. Most likely you'll just have one, so it'll just be your facility to pick from. But if you have organization that has locations in multiple states, you might have multiple facilities, so make sure you're in the correct facility where you're adding that user. And then you'll just go to Add, Edit Users. You'll want to select Load Users. And now you'll see a list. Most likely the name of the person we're looking for is not going to be here yet because these are all of our active users, right? So the other person just hasn't been activated yet. So depending on what type of person they were, and the one we were looking at happened to be an office staff person, so we would want to select office staff, add user, and now you'll see a new pick list show up here at the bottom. This will be all of the office staff people that we've put into the system, but we have not generated a username and password for them yet. So we'll select that person from the list. You'll see their email will automatically populate from the information we put in on the other side. We'll have their display name here as well. And then this is very important. What areas do you want to give them access to? So do you want to have them to have access to all of those tabs? Or if they're just doing scheduling, they don't need to see the client information. They don't need to see staff information. They would just need access to the scheduling, or maybe you have somebody just doing billing. So depending on what accesses you want to give them to, if all these are checked, they're going to get access to everything over there. Or if you want to limit that, you can deselect some of these things. And then go ahead and just click Create Edit User, and that's going to email a temporary password over to that individual, so then they can go into the system, go to the login screen, click Update Password. They will put in their email address, their temporary password that was emailed to them, and the new password they would like to use, and they'll be able to use the system. It's that simple. If we were going to add somebody else, like actually a provider or a therapist, it has a different look, so let's just take a peek at it. We'll click Add User. And then again, we'll get a list down here that'll populate just of our providers that are waiting for their email addresses to be, or username and password to be sent to them. So for instance, I could click Frank here. That's going to populate. And again, what do you want them to have access to? For the most part, providers, unless you want them to schedule themselves, you don't need to check anything up here. And we'll go through all of this on the training with you. But if you give them access to the scheduler, they're able to schedule in the system. If you click Access to the Scheduler and click Edit Own Schedule Only, then they're only able to make changes to their own schedule. And if you want to give them access to reports, you can do that as well. That's it for activating a user. Very, very simple within our system. To edit a user, we already showed you how to add one or activate. So to edit a user, very, very simple too. If you need to change maybe some of the clearances that this person has or the security, just select the person that you want from the list that maybe you're going to change, whether they be a provider or they could be an office staff person. Select them, go ahead and click on the pencil. It's not just going to reset the password, but it's going to populate them right away. It's going to populate them, and then you can come down here, make any changes to the access that they have. This goes for both office staff and a provider. And if you need to edit those activities, you're editing these down here, click Create Edit User and Permissions. This will change the status of the security clearances that they have, and it will also email them a temporary password. So they'll have to reset their password and go into the system, and then that changes the security clearances they have. And that's it for add edit users to the WebAVA system.